Hi, howdy, welcome back. If you can't tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to dip my toe in the Natasha Denona pool. Okay, but first, if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If this is not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe, then like, either or, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But somebody else that watches my station did point out she wasn't really sure about potentially investing in hers because her glam palette that came out at the end of last year, 2019, looked bomb. But I wasn't willing to drop that kind of money for that kind of price point without really knowing what the formula was like, especially since I'm more of a mattes girl and that palette was definitely more shimmers. But on my Sephora VIP haul in November, I picked this up with 20% off. And I was like, might as well try something new. So this is the Mini Retros palette. And I am looking forward to giving this thing a test run tonight. Yeah, this actually is really cute. I like the size, I like the case. Ooh. Actually really cute. Now, according to this, you can recycle the container. This is made in Italy. This lasts 24 months. It does not say anything else beyond that. On the other hand, it does give you how to use instructions. Here we go. Matte eyeshadows applied with a fluffy eyeshadow brush to blend or detail brush for precision. Metallic duochromes chromo crystal eyeshadows applied with a dense eyeshadow brush for a subtle finish. For high payoff / foiled finish, apply with a damp eyeshadow brush or with the tip of your finger. Good to know, Natasha Denona. Okay, let's give this a whack. So, how is everybody's new year running? How's everybody doing? Trying to keep this spiced up. Trying to go a little bit more on low buy this year. We'll be doing a ton of videos. I have stuff I bought last year on Christmas sales, Black Friday sales, and since all of you know I'm now on overnights, I did a lot of overtime for the holidays just because between COVID and the holidays, we had to get it out there. We had to get food out there. And in case you're curious, in case you don't understand, I tend to specialize in grocery. That was what I was before I was on overnights. And even now when it comes to doing overnights, which pushes a lot of freight, my forte tends to be consumables, groceries. So if you've bought food you've eaten out of a Walmart, odds are somebody like me probably put it on the shelf for you. Unloaded it from a truck, put it on the shelf, made sure it was still in date, you name it. And actually, Walmart has been a somewhat steady employer, pretty darn good during this whole thing. We have been basically hiring because as essential workers, we do have a little bit higher contraction rate than, say, everyday people, just because we are being exposed to the general public more. So we are compensating. They have been giving us bonuses. We have been hiring, like we've been doing a lot of rounds of hiring. We've been pretty much rocking it out. Honestly, I think Walmart's response to this whole pandemic was straight up friggin' brilliant. They managed to rock it, and I'll have to give credit to a company who not only took into account their employees, but took into account their customers. So, whatever. Gotta get whitening. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we've got 5 colors. These 2 are glitter shades, matte shades, and that's definitely a shimmer. So we're gonna try this a little differently and see how we can come out with this. Let's break into the pink. You know what, let's swatch it. Screw that, let's swatch it to start with. Just go across. Ooh. The matte is really, ooh, our pink glitter. Ooh, check that out. This is our silver / gray metallic. These are like metallics. Matte. Matte. I'm actually liking this color combination. I don't really have much of an opinion of Natasha Denona. I've never tried her. This is literally my first time trying this brand. And our last color, it's more of a pinky shimmer. Ooh, okay, I like where this is going. Not gonna lie, this is actually really soft. I was not expecting quite this amount of softness, but I'm gonna roll with it. Now, I have noticed some of the Natasha Denona like minis like these have gone on sale. Now, I've heard some people suggest that it is a different formula than what is applied to her big palettes, that this one is a lower quality, but this feels really nice. I'm not even gonna pretend. Ooh, I'm liking the way this is looking. I'm not even kidding. Okay, let's try pink sparkles up top. Ooh, that's really pretty. This is a really subtle little mini. Like, if this was designed to really amp up color, I think this failed. But this is supposed to be like a retros, like a basics palette almost. Okay. Anybody seen any good movies? I've seen a lot of the movies that should be coming out in theaters are going to HBO Max. I was kind of on the fence about seeing Wonder Woman 1984. I love comics, as you know. And then I read an article and that became a firm no from me. I'm like, okay. Now, this is being released on HBO Max, so if you don't want to go to theaters, because like AMC and stuff are open, I've got one theater in my entire northwestern Indiana that's really open, and none in Chicago, and a couple in Michigan, so if I'm going to pick, there is places to go, but I gotta hoof it. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's not worth the hoofing it. Let's see. How are we doing for blending? Let's just try. I almost feel like if I just bring that up into the crease a little more, that will look good. Okay, this is soft. This is a pretty formula. But as it stands right now, I'm not sure I would say this formula is worth the Natasha Denona price tag that's on the big palettes, which is like $60 or $70. Some of her other ones are like $120. So I'm not really, I don't think I would pay that money for what I am dealing with right now. Now, it's not bad quality. I'm just, I feel like I can get this kind of quality with other brands without the price point. Yeah. Needed a lipstick liner, definitely. Okay, let's try a different look on the other eye. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's start off with gray then. Let's rock this out with gray. Okay, let's... Okay, the powder is very, very soft and very, very loose. Let's do a little bit of pink on top of that to give it a little bit more of a natural look. Okay. It's the pink and the gray blended. That kind of came out grungier than I anticipated. Even using the swatching pan. You'll notice it's like a little stripy streak there. That's my skin. That's not actually a flaw in how I'm applying. That is the skin itself. For some reason it does that with makeup. Do I know why? No. Have I tried to compensate? Yes. Does that ever work? No. Okay. Let's amp this up in the corner. I picked the retro because with the grays, all that, I thought it would give me a test run to the Glam palette. Okay, let's look at this without the side light. There's our swatches. Mini retro, and I can see it earning the title of retro. It's pinks and grays, and it's pretty standard for some of the older styles of makeup. I like this, I'm not gonna lie. I do like this, but if this is the formula that's in the big ones, it's probably not something I would invest in for the big ones. I feel like you can get just as good kind of quality with, say, UVS Place. I think this is how it's pronounced, UVS Place. If you can find it cheaper and the same kind of quality, I would go with that. And in this case, I think you can find it cheaper and the same kind of quality. Now, I bought the mini retro because it was 20% off on top of a sale price that it was already on. You'll find a lot of times with the Natasha Denona's little minis, like this, if you hunt on Sephora and you watch for it, it does go on sale regularly, like some of the little ones do. And I may pick up a couple more of the little ones because I don't dislike the quality, but I would not pay full price for that. Just as a thought. It's kind of how I see that. Okay guys, has anybody else tried the Natasha Denona? What do you guys think? Have you tried the Glam palette that came out? It was like a grays palette at the end of last year. Has anybody tried the mini retros palette that I just pulled out? Let me know what you think. I like it, I think it's cute. You can do a couple different looks with it. Nothing too complicated, obviously, but it's cute. But I'm not really certain it would be worth the large style price point. I've seen some of the Natasha Denona's big palettes like at $130, and it's not worth it. Like, Pat McGrath's formula is worth that price point. I wouldn't say this formula is worth that price point. Okay, just as a heads up. 60-ish, I think you're still pushing it. I think you can find probably what you're looking for on her palette somewhere else as a dupe. Cheaper with just as good quality. Okay? So, with that being said, let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think of the palette, of her formula. Have any of you guys gotten the bigger palettes? What do you think of the minis? Is it the same formula, or are other people speaking out their tush? Okay guys, let me know. Leave some comments down below. And then thank you and have a nice night. Remember, be safe, wash your hands, social distancing, and wear a mask. Have a good one.